Ah yes, the brown ninja. Who doesn't love this guy? Many people, that's who. He definitely has some sour moments in the Will film era, and while I think they did a decently good job on redeeming him, I absolutely do not blame you if you still hate him. However, a lot of people in the fandom really do like Dareth, and I'd like to think that at least some of that goes beyond just the humorous aspects of his character. So, what makes Dareth actually compelling? He really shines in seasons 2 and 3, where despite his complete ineptitude, he makes great effort to help the ninja and is actually successful some of the time. He does make life a lot harder for them at times, and almost none of the beneficial things he accomplishes are done intentionally, but that's just the funny haha that is Dareth. However, despite all of his shortcomings, his genuine desire to help out gives him just one really good redeeming quality. So despite his annoying and childish behavior, I still find myself genuinely wanting him to succeed. Additionally, Dareth has some imperfections that make him a surprisingly deep side character. He truly does believe that he is capable of fighting. When we first meet Dareth, he claims to be a skilled martial artist, but by the end of the episode, he is forced to admit that he lied about everything. However, as soon as he is saved, Dareth returns to his boastful ways and mistakenly believes he's summoned the Ultra Dragon. Dareth's overconfidence has led to absolute disaster for the ninja many times, but he has also had some inexplicable luck that managed to correct a lot of the mistakes that he makes. This tends to leave him stuck in this loop where he never quite learns the true dangers of his hubris, and while this is 100% done for comedy to kind of keep Dareth stuck in the idiot position, I also feel like it kind of makes his successes better. Like, sure, he can't fight, and in a rational world, he shouldn't win the fights. But that just makes his victory that much more adorable. Dareth's honestly just adorable. Another flaw Dareth has is his desire to help out, because while I do believe it is genuine, it's also not really for the best reasons. He really wants to join the ninja, but only because he thinks it's cool. The original 4 ninja all joined because they lost something and needed the guidance of Master Wu to better themselves, whereas Lloyd is similar in that he was misguided and he needed Wu to fulfill his destiny. Dareth doesn't have any of these reasons. He's not here to try and help people out of the goodness of his heart. He just wants clout. Also, there is the argument that he doesn't have powers, but like Nia also didn't have powers at the time because of Wu's dementia. So I don't really feel like that's a good reason. The other obvious reason is like his incompetence, but it's not like Lloyd or even some of the other ninja were naturally good at fighting. I think this is the flaw that draws the most people to Dareth because, let's face it, you want to join the ninja. I want to join the ninja, okay? We are all Dareth. Ultimately, his flaws are set up in a way where they lead to both some funny and some really sweet moments. Plus, he does actually have one altruistic reason to try and assist. His desire to help the children he teaches is very apparent throughout the series, and protecting them seems to be one of the only things he ever does without expecting any sort of praise or recognition. Unfortunately, in future seasons, instead of fleshing out Dareth's existing flaws into something more interesting, they just kinda slap him with misogyny. Now on the surface, I don't actually think it's bad that they went this route with him. It definitely aligns with his immature loser energy. I just would have preferred to see his other flaws because I think they make him actually interesting. Meanwhile, this sexism just kind of turns him into the guy we're supposed to be mad at right now. It's very one note. Season 9 tries to redeem him a little by putting him in every single episode for some reason. But he's transitioned into more of an exposition role, and the only time we ever get to see him fight is when he accidentally wins a 3-on-1. There's also the brown power stuff, which is funny, but not that important. After this, Dareth is largely written out of the plot until Seabound, where he makes a cameo saving a tour bus from the flood. He still explicitly cares about being known as the Brown Ninja, and at the end, when the ninja comes save everyone, he excitedly points out how the ninja recognize him. This one's nice. Dareth's finally getting to do the right thing again in his own little Dareth way. Then we get to Crystallized.
Ninjago City versus Ninja.
We start off with the ninja on trial for crimes committed in the previous episodes, and Dareth manages to get them convicted in record time. We are starting off so good. So Dareth does a little speech about all the good deeds the ninja have done. And just look at him, he's so cute. Ooh, my... This is a 40-year-old man we are talking about, by the way. What is wrong with me? Though I must say, Dareth is looking a lot nicer. His face fat's all gone. Dareth tries to lessen their sentences even more, but Judge Toughbutt, yes, they went there, is having none of it. But it's okay, guys. Dareth's got this. Okay, so maybe Dareth doesn't got this. And that's the first episode of Dareth. Overall, he starts off the season quite well. He's still grossly incompetent, but at this point, changing that would probably be too confusing. He's also helping, just not actually being helpful. Obviously, season 14 was our first proper return to form, and it's nice to see him in a new role that suits him really quite well. Okay, next episode.
Cryptarium Prison Blues!
Dareth pulls up to the prison. He is nervous yet determined. He has friends to save. Prison guards don't believe that he is a lawyer and think he looks like a second-rate karaoke bar owner. This displeases the Dareth. Luckily, he has a suitcase and a business card, and that's really all you need to be a lawyer. Dareth's master plan to free the ninja is to file for a mistrial. Unfortunately, the tons of research he has been doing over the past few days was probably not very thorough. As it turns out, disliking the verdict is not valid grounds for a mistrial. We then learn about some very dangerous villains coming to take over Ninjago again, so Dareth realizes that he needs to lock in. Before going, he alludes to another genius idea in that large cranium of his. So Dareth is still pretty useless in this episode, but I think it kinda works. To be fair to him, he doesn't know the stakes of the situation until after he meets with the ninja. So while he does let them down, it's not like he would have known just how urgently he needed to get them out. I actually think him reading about mistrials, being like, I found it, and then deciding to use it without understanding whether or not it would actually work, actually makes him kind of charming. Just like, ignore that everyone else in the room immediately realized that he's onto nothing. He's still learning, okay? So what is Dareth's master plan version 2? It's prison break time. Dareth, along with Nia in the new Samurai X mech, help snatch the ninja from the prison bus. Honestly, W. Dareth, fiction's second most ethical lawyer. Unfortunately, the car Dareth drives breaks down, so the ninja have to walk to Twitchy's on foot. Dareth is sent along with Sana and Kai. Okay, so despite how quick the explanation for this episode is, this is actually really impressive for Dareth. This episode marks the first time he intentionally helps the ninja and succeeds. Basically, every other time he tries to assist them, it results in failure, and the few times he does manage to actually help are almost entirely by accident. I'm hesitant to say this, but Dareth might actually be slightly kind of competent now. Also, he's now a criminal accomplice, but that's probably not important. In the next episode, the ninja, and more importantly Dareth, track through the desert until they come across Sally, who offers them a ride. Dareth uses his impeccable lawyer skills to deceive Sally into believing they were costume camping so that she doesn't question why ninja are in the desert. Hi, welcome to the Overanalyzation Station. Today, I'm going to take you through this clip right here. When Dareth asks Sally if she recognizes the ninja, this is because of how much he himself idolizes them. To him, becoming a ninja, and therefore famous and respected, is his biggest dream. So to see that there are people who don't recognize the ninja is a massive shock to him. Admittedly, this whole scene is really just Dareth being dumb and almost blowing the cover he created. But it is a window into his soul where we can clearly see he still desires to be
I'm a real spinjitzu ninja.
Okay, that's enough of that. Additionally, Dareth, in a nod to his days as a talent manager, informs Sally that she will take Ninjago by storm. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. Ultimately, before this episode even happens, Dareth's kind of already done his thing, so there's just not much here. And that's Dareth's lawyer arc. Overall, pretty good. It's very reminiscent of season 2, but instead of Dareth just being a plucky side character, he also actually takes initiative this time and even comes up with his first successful plan. He's just really come so far. Crystallized brought back the enjoyable Dareth I remember watching as a kid, and that's probably one of the few good things I can say about this season. Also, do try to forget that he's like 40 throughout all of this. That's just not important. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what do you think about the Brown Ninja? Please let me know your thoughts on Dareth in the comment section below. And a huge thank you for getting me to 500 subscribers. It's actually really crazy. I know most of it is from that one video I made, but to all of you who watched my last video and also this video, it really means a lot that people are interacting with the analysis kind of videos that I'm doing. Plan to make a lot more, so if you're interested in that, consider subscribing.